Yes, everyone, what's going on? My name's Stephen Howson. This is Full-Time Devils. United have lost 2-0 at London Stadium. It's mad, innit? On one hand, you go, well, I had no idea what to expect out of this game in the first place. No idea what sort of 11 I would go with. West Ham have been so inconsistent, you kind of don't really know where to attack them or where to try and protect against them. On the other hand, you go, I don't really know what we've got in terms of threats with no Pogba, lack of creativity everywhere else. Marcus in pretty poor form, no Martial. You go, what's actually our match-winning abilities in this game? And you go, I don't fucking know. I don't know what United are going to do when they come. Like last week, I said it so many times. Where was we going to win this game? And I didn't see how we was going to win this game. And ultimately, it took a penalty for us to win the game. Today, we had some chances that you'd like to see him finish. Marcus had one where he comes into the box, and then the ball just stops. I don't know what happened with that one. Matter had a great opportunity that he put just wide. Maguire had a chance. But bar these flashes, where's the system? Where is the build-up play where you can say, that's a United goal? The way, like, City are going to come along the byline and flash it back into the penalty spot for someone to go and tap in. Where's that systematic goal from United? I don't see that systematic goal from United at all, ever. We're not scoring anywhere near enough goals, and I can't say I'm surprised. I came into the start of the season going, we're going to be relying on a 17-year-old and two lads who are going to need record seasons in Marshall and Rashford, and probably still be said that they're not good enough, even if they get record seasons for themselves. And that definitely looks like it's happening. Both senses that I think they'll probably get record seasons for both of them, and they'll definitely also be said that they're not good enough. By allowing Sanchez, Lukaku, and even Fellaini, who all chipped in with goals, and not replacing them and asking a 17-year-old to step up, it was never going to be a good idea from the off. And everybody that's wigging out about, Ollie said he's happy with the team. Fucking grow up, man, and listen to what he's actually saying. Think about the last 18 months or so at the club. Think about what Jose Mourinho did from the Sevilla game onwards. Jose Mourinho came second and then destroyed the confidence of this squad by coming out and publicly going, this fucking squad's not good enough. We knew that. Ollie probably knows that. Jose's coming out and going, this squad's not good enough. Them kids, they're shit. Didn't need to say that. And they're not shit either, by the way. Talking about the likes of Angel and Chong and Jimmy Garner and Mason. Certainly not shit. Coming out and destroying the confidence of all of his centre-halves. Demanding he needed new centre-halves. Think about what happened there with Ollie, with Jose, and ask, why isn't Ollie coming out and demanding the same sort of things? I'm sure behind closed doors, and in fact, I know behind closed doors he's not happy with certain aspects of the squad. But the way Ollie goes about his business is entirely different. Now, he might not be good enough, but you're not going to know that yet. You've got to allow the guy. You can bring in whoever the fuck you want. You can bring in fucking Fergie, Pep Guardiola, fucking Sachi, Sir Matt Busby. You're not getting a championship-winning team out of the squad of players that we've got. I don't give a fuck who you bring in. Everyone like, Fergie done wonders with shit teams. Do you know what? Yeah, but not this shit. If you look at those 2004, 2005, 2006 teams, that was like the worst period we went through prior to the current period that we find ourselves in, with Sir Alex at the helm, and he'd been at the helm for 20 years. That squad still had Ryan Giggs, Wayne Rooney, Paul Scholes, etc. running through it, and still couldn't win the league. So don't tell me Fergie wins the league with Ashley Young at left back. Don't tell me Fergie wins the league with Matic in the squad. If you want to question some of Solskjaer's selection, fine, I'm with you. But don't tell me that anyone else is doing a better job with this team. Jose Mourinho had a better side than arguably the one that's out here now. And last season, in the commensurate games, Jose had 6 points. Ollie's got 8. There's progression there and there's an improvement there. Whoever takes over this squad after Ollie. Probably doesn't have a good as squad as what Ollie took over, but he has less issues and more balance. Now, I think United probably could have spent more in the summer. I think they could have recruited better. And it's not even necessarily about blowing loads of dough. Someone like a Llorente who was available for free, what an absolute tap-in that would have been. And how much of a no-brainer that seems now that we're facing an absolute injury crisis where our only fit centre-forward is a 17-year-old who started one Premier League game. Now, Mason might be brilliant, but I'm not expecting to see Mason Greenwood lead the line consistently and be that absolute phenom until he's 23 or 24. That's when centre-forwards really start to make an impact. You have the odd crazy, phenomenal player that comes through as a teenager, but generally they come through in the wide areas. You don't generally, Michael Owen aside, see players that are centre-forwards. Certainly not unless they've got an outstanding attribute. Michael Owen's was his pace. Unless they've got a ridiculous outstanding attribute, the likes of your Robin van Persie's, your Ruud van Nistelrooy's, they take into their 20s, even Alan Shearer, to really start to get going. I believe that Mason Greenwood's future lies as a number 9, but his chances won't come as a number 9 predominantly. Certainly not at 17. Saw it against Leeds up close on pre-season. They fucking dealt with him. When those high balls come, you ask him to hold it up, he can't do that. There's areas of a centre-forward's game that he's got to learn. There's runs he has to learn to make. There's things he has to learn to do with the ball. He ain't ready yet. The very real chances he was probably going to start against Rochdale in the week anyway. Now it looks like he might be starting next week against Arsenal. Unless Tony Marshall comes back. But either way, when you looked at supposedly had tonsillitis or some sort of illness today, and that's why he wasn't on the bench. But when you looked at the game today, and you're 1-0 down, and the game's sort of drawing to a close, an hour gone or whatever it is, and you go, right, where's our game changers? Where's our match winners? What are we bringing off the bench? There's fucking nothing on the bench. There's nothing on the bench that's going to come in and change a job. Change the game. There's a lot of he could do a jobs, but not a lot of wait till you see this. You compare the depth of that to other squads around the country. They've got game changers on the bench. We used to have game changers. This is a poor Manchester United squad at the moment, and we're asking Solskjaer to compete against two of the best teams the Premier League's seen in Liverpool and City. And they're going to struggle. We're going to be inconsistent all season. Losing his shit about it every single week is going to do you no good. Remember, man, this is a voluntary hobby that we're all in. We chose to follow a football team as a pastime from our work, as a pastime to do something with our friends and our family. You got to remember that fundamentally. We're in this voluntarily. You might as well enjoy it. And if you're wigging out every single time we lose, there's probably fucking greater problems in the rest of your life. Look, it fucking sucks. We'd all like to see us winning. But it's not about just winning, is it? There's more to football than just winning. There really is. And I'd love to see us back on top, of course. It's well better to be watching winning teams than it is losing teams. But even if we fucking lost every game from now to the end of the season, at the end of the day, fucking doesn't change my love for this club. I'm still going to fucking buy a season ticket again next year and for the next 40 years. If I live that long. Hopefully I fucking don't. But this is what it is, isn't it? There's not a team in England that's going to see the riches that we've seen as United fans over the last 30 years. Not one. Even City, if they fucking go on and smash it, they're not going to dominate like we did. And it won't feel as organic as it felt with us. So who gives a fuck? Remember, it's not that deep. It's just a fucking game. So don't lose your fucking mind over it. See you in the next one.